Zoonosis, infectious diseases transmissible from animals to humans. I'm Dr. Alison Livesey. I'm a practicing veterinary surgeon in the UK. I treat cats, dogs, rabbits, reptiles, small mammals and wildlife. Here are some hedgehogs we treated. I'm an official veterinary surgeon. I prepare documents for pet export, including pet passports. Through this work, I've become more aware of exotic diseases which currently do not exist widely in the UK. However, these diseases may become more prevalent. What causes infectious disease? Bacteria, viruses, protozoa, fungi, and parasites such as insects, roundworm, and tapeworm. Many infections are species specific. That means that they can only infect one type of animal. An example is the bacterium Bordetella pertussis, which causes whooping cough. This only affects humans. Canine morbillivirus causes distemper in dogs, but although the virus is very similar to measles morbillivirus, humans do not get distemper and dogs do not get measles. Cats can get a severe disease called feline infectious peritonitis. This is caused by a coronavirus, but it is not transmissible to humans. However, diseases can change. It's thought that canine parvovirus, a disease that can kill dogs, originated from a cat parvovirus that causes feline infectious enteritis. It's also thought that the SARS-CoV-2 virus, which causes COVID-19, may have originated from an animal. It's therefore very important to keep animals healthy to protect human health. What are bacteria? Bacteria are small cells without a defined nucleus. They are visible under a light microscope. Some bacteria are beneficial to animals and can make vitamins. However, some cause disease. What are viruses? Viruses are tiny microorganisms. They cannot be seen with the light microscope, only with an electron microscope. Viruses can infect plants, animals, and bacteria. But they can only replicate, that's that they can only reproduce by using the cells of their host. Viruses are rarely beneficial. What are protozoa? They are unicellular organisms, the cells of a defined nucleus, unlike bacteria. They are often able to move. Some are pathogens, but not all. Many are spread by a vector, such as a tick or an insect. What are worms? There are many types of infectious worms. Some, such as roundworm, cause infection by injection of the egg or the larvae. However, many tapeworm have an intermediate host. Taenia saginata is beef tapeworm. Cattle ingest the eggs and these hatch and form cysts in muscle. These then infect the human by ingestion of the meat. In the UK, infected meat is removed from the food chain by meat inspection. What are fungi? Fungi include yeast, molds and mushrooms. Many live on dead or decomposing material. They're used in the production of alcohol and bread. However, some produce toxins called mycotoxins which are dangerous. A fungus called aspergillosis can cause severe pneumonia in humans and animals. So, zoonosis. Many of these exist. It's important to be aware of these so we can protect both animals and humans. Some zoonoses are transmitted directly from animal to human. However, in some cases, the animals form a reservoir and then the disease is transferred by a vector. Vectors are often insects or ticks. So we're going to talk about 5 different zoonoses. Leptospirosis, which is caused by a bacterium. Rabies, which is caused by a virus. Leishmania, which is caused by a protozoa. Ringworm, which is caused by a fungus, and Toxiccariasis, which is caused by a roundworm. Leptospirosis is a bacterial disease. The infection is spread by the urine of infected animals, mainly rats. However, dogs can also become infected. Humans can become infected through contact with contaminated water. Symptoms include fever, severe bleeding, and death. The disease can be treated with antibiotics if caught early. It's very important to wear protective clothing when working in ditches or rivers and seek medical advice if you become unwell. It's important that dogs are vaccinated against this disease to protect both them and humans. Rabies. Rabies is caused by a virus of the genus Lyssavirus. All mammals are susceptible, but not birds. Dogs and foxes are the main reservoir. The disease is transmitted from a bite from an infected animal, and the virus travels up the nerves to the brain. Clinical signs in a dog include salivation and aggression. One thing is for sure, once the clinical signs develop, death is absolutely certain. There is no treatment available after the clinical signs develop. Rabies can be prevented by vaccination. Several special rules exist for animals to come into the UK. Rabies does not exist in mammals in the UK except at very low prevalence in Dobinson's bats. Bats do not always die and can be carriers. It is technically possible to become infected from a bat, although it's very, very unusual. A bat worker died of rabies in Scotland in 2002, so if you see an injured bat, it's best not to touch it and call the Bat Conservation Trust. Say bats aren't aggressive, they don't normally attack people, it's just a very, very theoretical risk. Leishmania. Leishmania is a vector-borne protozoal disease. The dog is the main reservoir. The incubation period in the dog is very long, months to years. Clinical signs include severe skin disease and kidney failure. The disease can be treated, but not all patients are cured. At the moment, most cases in the UK have been imported from southern Europe. In the UK, we currently do not have the Sandfly vector to spread the disease. However, it's possible with global warming this may change. Humans can be infected from bites from infected sandfly. 20,000 to 30,000 people die worldwide from this disease every year. It's important that dogs going to Europe have insecticidal collars to protect against sandfly. A vaccine is also available. Ringworm, or more accurately, dermatophytosis. Ringworm is not a worm, it's a fungal infection. It causes a superficial infection of the hair of cats and dogs and other mammals. It's transmitted by contact with infected animals. It's generally a mild disease, it's not life-threatening. However, it can be transmitted to humans, but it's easily treated with topical medication. Toxiccariasis. This is a worm that belongs to the ascarid family. Puppies are infected from their mother through the placenta and through milk, or they can ingest the infected eggs. People become infected, but they have to ingest the eggs first. In people, the worm migrates in the body to an abnormal route, and it can therefore travel to the eye. This is a very rare infection in humans, but it's better to worm dogs to prevent spread. I hope you've learned something about zoonotic disease. Thank you very much for listening.